Hey guys, Thetcglover here. I thought today that since I've just come back from Spain, I'm a bit burnt, so I can't really do a proper video because everything hurts too much. I kind of didn't really plan the sun and it kind of killed me. So today I'm going to do my deck profile of the deck that I'm currently playing. Last Friday I went to locals and I played with it and I managed to get to the finals. I did lose to Prophecy due to my bad side decking. Overall, I played against two Evil Swarms and I completely destroyed them. I played against Dark World and completely destroyed them. So basically, I toured everything except for when I came to Prophecy and I almost won, but it came down to time and I didn't plan out how to beat Jargon very easily, so I kept getting beaten by it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I obviously posted my deck before. Pretty similar to the one that my real deck is like, but a couple of differences due to cards missing and so on. But generally the deck's fine and it does what it does, and I think I'm pretty much an expert at piloting it now. So anyway, let's just go over it quickly. Of course, I do play Redox Gadget, and if you haven't seen it before, then definitely do check out my other video. I'll put a link to it on the video, and then you can watch the discussion that I made about it. And okay, so we've got 3 gadgets of each kind. You need to run 9. That's pretty much standard because you need to make sure your chain summoning has enough targets even if you have to use a second one. 3 tin goldfish and 3 Thetcglover. People are going to say, oh yeah, tin goldfish into gadget is so good. No, it's good. It's really good. It's just that Thetcglover allows you to chain summoning. So generally, most of the time, you're not going to want to go into tin goldfish unless you're going to make a rank 4 with 3 materials. Like for instance, yeah, you need to go gadget into Thetcglover, search another one, and then you can chain summoning, or you can search King of Feral Imps and so on. Anyway, 3 maxi, because if you've actually watched my hand traps, you need to main deck your side deck card video. You need to run 3 maxi this format unless you're playing a deck that can't really use it, or you're using Solidarity or something. But you need to run 3 maxi because you need to keep up with them and stop them from doing their stuff. 2 Veilers. Obviously, I'm much happier that I only have 2 Veilers rather than 2 Maxis because they can be drawn into, and they're just generally basically just to make Crimson Blade and to negate that stuff. Anyway, we've got 1 Gauze and 2 Redox. These are my level 7s, except for, no, there is the other 2. But anyway, Redox is great because you can use its effect to return it from the graveyard, or you can actually special summon another monster, so you can easily make Shockmaster or Ouroboros or anything just by going to Gadget, Thetcglover, use this, and then you get the other gadget. So you don't really lose advantage in your hand either. That's a great thing. Gear Frame and 2 Fortress. Some people only play 1 Fortress in this deck, but I feel like you need to have another one just so you can actually drop it more often, because it is actually pretty good on its own. I like it when you draw it and you really need it. It gets over things, and it puts them in a tough position because a lot of cards this format target. So they want to lose a card in their hand, then they're going to have to target it and get rid of it. Anyway, for the spells we have the double summon, which is 2 of them. So 2 double summon and 3 chain summoning. Obviously what you generally do is you do Gadget, chain Thetcglover, chain link 2, and then you chain this as chain link 3, which means that you can now summon 2 extra times this turn. So that means you can go into a rank 4 with 3 materials. You can go into that, and then you can go into another rank 4, which would be Gig X, or you can go into King of the Feral Imps. Anyway, got Avarice, Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, 2 MST. Oh my god, if you haven't got super MSTs, get them now because they're going to go up, and also they're pretty sexy actually. I'm pretty glad I got them quickly. A Book of Moon. I put this in now because you need to flip down the Dragon Rulers because they need to not go into their Dragon Sack, and if they do go into Dragon Sack, you have this ready. You need to be able to flip down Jargon, so that means their Fate isn't live. You need to... This card is really putting in a lot more work this format than people would give it credit for. And the last 3 cards in my deck are Ultimate Offering. Obviously it's a gadget deck, so when you flip this you win, because you can basically clear your field and clear the path and win. The 2 MVPs of the deck, Imperial Iron Wall. If you want to be considered to be somewhat able to contend against the top tier decks this format, you have to play this. I'm only saying that because it puts in so much work, and you think, oh yeah, what about if you don't play the decks that it can beat? You shouldn't worry about that, because if you're at all playing competitively, you're going to play the best decks, and you need to make sure that you have a card in your deck that can actually beat both of them. You can't push through if they Jargon and Fate you. Okay, you need to make sure that you can bait out the Fate with this, or you can, do anything to get rid of their Fate play so that they can't do anything against you, and you can actually make the Shockmaster and call spells. You need this so that they can't Dragon Ruler off, and then, you know, they can still do the baby dragons and stuff, but at least with this, they're forced into doing particular plays which actually are not optimal, so that they lose resources, and then you can actually, you know, out-resource them using your gadgets. So I run 2 because there are times when you won't play them, because you don't want to compromise your really, really good Evil Swarm matchup, because that deck basically does absolutely nothing to you, and you don't want to screw it up. Anyway, extra deck, we have in 2 King of the Feral Imps. The only reason why is because I was like, oh, I need to make 15 cards, and I still have a few missing cards, but anyway, 2 King of the Feral Imps. You do sometimes go into both of them, but mainly you make this card first turn using that and a Gadget and a Thetcglover or a Tin Goldfish and something. And then you search Thetcglover, so it sets out your chain summoning next turn. And obviously, if you have Maxi and Veiler in hand, chances are they won't kill it. So then on your turn, you draw again, activates its effect again, get the other Thetcglover in your deck, and you're basically at like 8 cards in hand by that point, so it's pretty disgusting. And we've got 1 Gigagon X. I only just acquired this the other day after my tournament, but I'm just like, it's really great that it's a secret rare, and it searches machines, which is basically everything in your deck, but at the same time, pretty much more often than not, you're going to summon King of the Feral Imps, and that's only because of the fact that you need to get that chain summoning combo. It's great, but you know, I mean, does this card search Reptilian Vasky? No. So, you know, generally you're going to go into this one a lot more, but this time, this card will come in handy when you need it, if you don't have the access to the King of the Feral Imps and so on. Okay, so moving on, we have Maestroke, Photon Papilla Belediv, Abyss Dweller, Gemini Pearl, and Utopia with Utopia Ray. This guy is basically lackluster, and obviously he's just a nerd, but once I get a Kaga Cowboy, which I almost did get the other day, I will take these out because they're just lackluster and you need to have that extra burn. Anyway, Gemini Pearl, great for the Evil Swarm matchup. You kill the Evil Swarm, they have to make Evil Swarm, and then they have to use something like Duress to kill your card. You know, they have to commit loads of cards on the field to do it, so it's really fantastic if you get it off. Abyss Dweller, because it's a mained out to Mermails, and also we can make it with ease, and Tin Goldfish makes it 2200, and also there are times when you can just activate it against Dragon Rollers when they've got no cards in hand or almost 1 card in hand, and there's nothing they can do. Yeah, they can't activate anything, you know, they have to summon something without summoning it, just so they can banish it. Papillo is so that when you go out and you go crazy on them and they only have a few life points left, and Dragon Rollers, they tend to summon tokens, you can just summon this quickly, flip it up into attack mode, attack for game, and I've done it more than once, and I'm telling you, it's consistent as hell, and it's amazingly funny how when you pull it off, they're like, oh, I've got Dragon Sack, and now I can beat you because you can't get over it, and it's like, no, I can Papillo, you know, with basically 1 card in hand, it's easy. And Maestroke is because the card is amazing. You can flip down Ophion, it's basically a 1 card out to Ophion. So easy. Anyway, moving on, talking about Evil Swarms, I'm going to go to our rank 4s that were only 3 materials. So I'm using Ouroboros. So good, so good. Flips things up, does so many things. It's amazing. Flip things out of the, gets them off the field. Anyway, you put Heraldic Crest because you can actually copy anything you want, and it negates everything, and you can negate their Big Eye, and then you can use Big Eye's effect to take their Dragasack, and then you can Dragasack attack their Big Eye, and they don't really live. It's great. So it actually puts in work when it goes in, it does stuff. Number 91 Thunder Spark Dragon. I'm only using this because I kind of thought, what the hell would I want to put in this place? There are times when your opponent's stupid enough to overextend, like maybe 6 Samurais, and then you can just use this and blow up everything, and there's nothing they can do about it. Love it. It's fantastic when it goes off, and I have pulled it off more than once, and it's quite handy. And the MVP of the entire deck, the whole reason why you would play this deck in the first place, is Shockmaster, and this is because this card puts in so much work against the best decks of the format. Obviously, it doesn't do anything against Evil Swarm, and that's why you make Ouroboros instead, or you make Heraldic Crest or something like that. But this card is amazing. It's considered okay to bring it up to 2, but this card, you get it off first turn, Dragon Rulers can't do anything, Prophecies can't do anything, you get it off mid game, they can't do anything. Okay, it's just that good. It's amazing. It's so good. I want to hug it all the time. It's amazing. Just every time I summon it, they're like, oh fuck, I know, God paid it, and then that's it. They scoop, and it's like, this card should not be able to make people scoop so easily. It's amazing, and if you want to play this deck, then you have to bow down and almost, you know, basically have sex with it, because it's really, really, really good. And if I could marry cards, I would marry it, because it's my life partner. Basically, just kind of get that in your head now, that it's the most amazing card in the deck. And Wind-Ups knew its power, and that was in a format where everyone used spells and monsters and stuff. But this format, everyone's sticking to one type of card, and this card completely screws those decks over. Anyway, I love Justice Catasta. I put that in there because of you can just go Gadget into Unveiler, and also it's a dart target, so I don't know, I guess if I want to put EEV in the side deck, I can do that. But also it destroys a lot of things basically with no cost at all, and sometimes people play stuff like Obelisk and shit and they just want to kill it, and that's it. It's great, you know. Great, fantastic. I mean, you can take it out, you know, won't really miss it. And the other MVP is Crimson Blader. When you do pull this off and you do summon it, obviously you really need to have 3 Veilers in your deck to make sure it's consistent. And obviously you attack over their card, and then they can't summon anything higher than level 5. So good. So good when it goes off, you know, and basically steals the game for you. Obviously they can blast her and kill it, but generally 2/800 on a card and actually negate summons and stuff like that for no cost, and it's like, oh my god, this card is so good. Took me ages to get hold of one because everyone's being really bitchy about it and charging like £5. It's like, it's not £5, it's a good card, it's just not £5, it's ridiculous. If you want to play this deck, you have to get hold of one of these cards as well. It's also, if your deck can make level 8s this format, then definitely get one of these, because it's going to save you more times than you could possibly imagine. So yeah, that is my entire deck and the extra deck. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and it's been an amazing deck to play, and I'm going to keep playing it this whole format because it's cheap and it's fun, and it makes the best decks cry, because I've put so many cards to beat them and I've not had to worry about other matchups so far. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this deck profile, and yeah, so until next time guys, the Thetcglover is out.